You know those hours right after the final bell? Do you ever feel like they're just a huge missed opportunity? Well, today we're going to look at how to turn that time from just babysitting into a really dynamic space where students can actually grow and learn.
And that's really the big question, isn't it? We all know there's so much potential packed into those afternoons, but actually unlocking it, that can be tough, especially for middle schoolers who, need something that's genuinely going to grab their attention. So let's dive into one company's approach to making these hours really matter.
So, where do we even begin? Well, our source material points us toward a company called A Plus Virtual Learning, and it turns out they specialize in this exact kind of thing for schools.
So, what's A Plus Virtual Learning all about? Well, at its heart, it's an online education support company. Their entire mission is really built around providing high-quality, research-backed support directly to schools, to teachers, and of course, to the students themselves. And when you look at what they do, you can see just how deep their roots in education go. I mean, we're talking about everything from professional development for teachers to helping out with homebound instruction, homeschool support, tutoring, even specialized support for students with special needs. They really cover the whole spectrum. Okay, so we know they have the expertise, but before we can talk about any kind of solution, we have to get real about the problem. What are the biggest hurdles that after-school programs are actually up against right now on the ground?
So, what are those obstacles? The source material points out a few key challenges that, well, they're probably going to sound pretty familiar to anyone who's ever worked in a school.
First up, there's a classic problem, a lack of time. Everyone knows project-based learning is awesome, but it takes time. Time that you just don't have in a packed school day. Second, there's the issue of staff training. After-school programs are often run by fantastic support staff who are amazing, but they might not have specific training in how to run a project-based classroom. And finally, there are those missed opportunities for kids to just talk, to practice their language and communication skills, which is more important than ever. So you've got the problems laid out. Now what's the fix? Well, this is where A Plus Virtual Learning comes in with a really direct and targeted solution. A program designed specifically to turn that after-school time into a powerhouse for project-based learning. And I think this visual just says it all, doesn't it? They're not trying to come in and replace what a school is already doing. Instead, it's like they're providing that crucial missing piece of the puzzle, the thing that connects the students, the staff, and that available time into something really effective. So how does it actually work? It's all built on these 4 key pillars. First, you've got these fun, engaging, standards-based projects that solve that whole lack of time issue. Next, it's all about promoting that organic language practice we talked about. Third, and this is so important, they partner with the staff, providing full training and continuous support. And finally, they've built a responsive system with open communication so things can be adjusted on the fly. It's really the whole package. Okay, so that all sounds great on paper, right? But what does it actually look like when it's time to roll it out? How do you take this concept and make it work in a real-world classroom? In practice, it comes down to tangible tools, just like these. Ready-to-use, project-based workbooks for core subjects like math and ELA. This is that plug-and-play element. It completely removes the burden of having to create a curriculum from scratch and gives the staff an amazing, high-quality resource right out of the box.
All right, so we've seen the problem, we've seen the proposed solution. The last logical question is, how can a school or a district actually get started with a program like this?
And it's actually pretty simple. For any program director or school leader out there who's thinking, hey, this might be for us, the source gives all the direct contact info right here. You can reach out by email, WhatsApp, or just check out their website to see how a program like this could be tailored for your students. And that brings us right back to where we started. Those hours after school are such a valuable resource.